This area was covered by the platform in the old hall and will become the toilet area in the new hall. Here was a nice grass-covered sloping car park, which is now to become 3 separate car parks on 3 different levels. These car parks will be covered by bitumen eventually. Whenever workers were on site, Brother Marcus Osborne and his band of cooks were there also. In Australia over the last 3 years there have been 54 Kingdom Halls built by the quick build method and 16 built by what you would call the conventional method, 70 in all. The important work is being accomplished through the united efforts of integrity-keeping witnesses throughout the land. Outsiders have taken note of the organisational unity demonstrated by Jehovah's people as they work together on their kingdom halls. How's this for a nice neat fit? Whilst the parents were busy working on the preliminary work of the hall, children were looked after at a child minding centre set up at Brother Johnston's. Brother Johnston was site coordinator and therefore heavily involved in the whole construction, but especially the steelwork. We asked him about the roof beams.
Well, they were about 17 metres by the time we finished them, finished the complete fabrication of them. When we lifted the first one up, we were quite apprehensive because they were mitered on each end. They had a 12-degree slope on each end, and the first one come overhead and the crane lowered it down and it just eased into position, and with just a little bit of a help from a podgy bar, that's an alignment bar, the bolts were just pushed straight in with no hassle at all, and everybody breathed a sigh of relief. But when we got to the third one, the one up against the hall, that was quite interesting because the part of the roof of the hall was still there. So it meant that we had to cut that off before we could fit that steel beam in. So we couldn't get, that was mounted on steel as well, so we had a brother on top with an oxy torch about 6 o'clock at night, cutting away the old steel building. It was hooked onto the frame, and it was quite spectacular to see a 17-metre beam swinging 100 feet or so over your head and getting dropped in place. But it was even more spectacular to see that whole length of fascia and eaves of the old building being lifted out way across the front of the building and out onto the road and then back onto the rubbish heap onto the front, and then the beam lowered into place.
The old toilet block was also a casualty under the new construction. Looking at the site from Freeman Road, one can still at this stage see the old hall, but the steel is gradually encasing it within the new hall, and soon you would never know it's there. A rather rough but workable cookhouse was constructed at the rear of the site. In the preparation of the ground for the new hall and car park, a lot of soil had to be moved. Brother Ivan Magnuson and his big front end loader came in very handy. But the little old wheelbarrow still had plenty to do, and Brother Frank Kolonowski gets plenty of exercise. The growth of Jehovah's Witnesses throughout the world has been phenomenal. There are now over 8 million people associated with Jehovah's Witnesses throughout the world, with 52,177 congregations worldwide at the end of 1986. This is an increase of 2,461 congregations over the previous year. Hence the urgent need for new Kingdom halls. Happy byplay as seen here can be seen all over the job site as the brothers work along together joyfully. Well, it's now Friday the 16th of January 1987, and tomorrow is the first day the Quick Build brothers are to join us, and so there are lots of last minute things to be done. The bricks are all here though. This marquee is to become the eating tent. Other smaller tents were erected for the volunteer department, first aid, mothers and babies, etc. A good solid wreck air site hut was also brought on site for the administration hut. And last minute cementing was done. And even a cold room was brought in to keep the food cool. I'm sure there was many a brother who would have paid good money over the next few days just to spend 5 minutes inside there. Yes, wherever you look, last minute preparations. It won't be long now. It's now just before 5 a.m. on Saturday the 17th of January 1986, and it won't be long before the Quick Build brothers join with our own local brothers to make this hall really come together.
You want to go? I'll take you right down to
the brothers looking after the car parking were getting ready to park all the cars in an orderly way.
And then say, right, now ask them if they're a volunteer or if they're a tradesman. Raymond, you can go up that end this week. Did you get a brick? Yeah, well, at least we get to start putting in. We've got to put no parking
In no time at all, there were brothers and cars everywhere. And at 6 a.m, I guess you could say Brother Ottaway blew the whistle.
Now we'd like to encourage you to pick up your tools and start work.
We should bear in mind that our main desire is to provide quality-built kingdom halls. Rather than engaging in a spirit of competition to see how fast it can be done, Jehovah's people endeavour to see how well kingdom halls can be built, although they are built in a relatively short period of time, as is being experienced here at Durack. And whilst the brothers are working on the hall, at the rear of the property another team of brothers and sisters are busy preparing breakfast. Always a very welcome sight were the drink carriers, as workers everywhere stopped for a quiet QLD. Even on the rooftop. Now it's not Wild Bill Hickok or Wyatt Earp, but the Carpenter brothers, with these newfangled nail guns. It's quite amazing when you look around a job site like this, because you see carpenters working around bricklayers, electricians perhaps working over the top of them, and tilers and plasterers perhaps working between them. And while all these brothers were working flat out, so was a builder of a different type. A little wasp, building its own home.